I'm Hanna Gerlander.
And hi, I'm Nora Fried. I'm a size medium, and Hannah's a size extra small and child.
And you're listening to New Yorker of the Week. Okay.
I am a medium.
I was listening to...
It's so hard.
Doing it with one hand.
I wish we had a...
No, this is always crazy. It's always crazy to choose to do it like the second we start recording.
Well, it's because I just worked out and I don't have any... I don't have a cheese stick. I don't have anything that would be like easy.
I wish you told me. I would have brought you a cheese stick. Okay. I had no idea. This is what it's like if my left arm was amputated. I gotta get used to this. Oh my god, you gotta like are you about to get amputated? What's the worst thing you think that could be amputated?
Leg.
One or both?
I guess obviously both would be worse.
Yeah, but do you know that person? I know you know who has no arms or legs and does her makeup.
Yeah, of course. She's all over my TikTok.
Like it's just like she's kind of making it. I never mind. I gotta get out of where I'm headed here.
We started on a really problematic page and we're just gonna keep going.
I guess it's a good testament. Like she's making it look like, glamorous.
Yeah.
Like I think of like if I were to lose both my legs.
She's not making it look glamorous. Wait, I just realized what you were saying and she's not making it look glamorous.
I feel like she is not glamorous, but like, okay, hold on. But you know what a better thing is? She's making it look like okay. Like life isn't over.
It's not.
It's not over if you lose both arms and both legs. I watched the Dance Moms episode last night where Maddie had to do a dance and pretend to be Helen Keller. It's just like amazing. Oh, my God. And she's like saying to Maddie, like, if you don't believe you're blind and deaf, this is never going to work. It's like phenomenal TV.
That's insane.
I know. Avi Lee. Happy birthday. This is coming out on your birthday.
Oh my God, it is.
It's coming out this Thursday.
If you're listening to this right now, you can Venmo me at Nora-Fried, not spelled like what you think, Fried, at Venmo.com.
It's her birthday. Send her money.
If we've sent you a gift in the past,
if you received a present from us, just know that was really generous.
that was the...
And we will take more money in return.
If you got a present from us that you paid for, know that took a lot of work.
This is a weird episode so far.
And maybe it's time for you...
She's rummaging through her wires.
To give back to the community. Just
Yeah.
saying. And if you know, you know. If you don't... Shh. Sorry, I just worked out.
Or if you want a present from us,
look bad.
No, and you think you know what kind of present we're talking about, please reach out to us.
I want to make this really clear. It's not sex. So if you're thinking it's sex, it's not.
You're way off.
You're completely off. You have no idea what we're talking about.
Idiot. You have no idea what we're talking about. How are you doing?
You know what I want for my birthday?
Tell me. This is great. This is great. Maybe I'll go get it.
We're gonna split it. Mic stands. We're gonna get some mic stands.
Yeah, that's just
enough is enough.
We need our hands.
This is crazy.
We need our hands free.
Like I can't be ripping apart mandarins with one hand, and then I gotta smoke a little.
And you have a whole nother one waiting.
I have a whole other one.
Thank God you have those nails.
Literally.
Or else you need to put your mic down.
I'm getting my nails done today.
Really?
Yeah.
You're going to Charming?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What's wrong?
Well, now I'd rather do that than go roller skating.
Do you want to come?
No, I have to go roller. I've put the roller skating plan. Like, it's not like I said, oh, maybe I'll see if I can. I've been like, send me the link. I'll see you there. Like if I were to be like, go get my nails in the set, it'd be like, really?
We're going at 5. Do you think you'll be done by
We're?
then? Huh?
Who's going?
Me and Reika.
Oh, okay. I actually knew that. Sorry.
Reika's just getting her toes done. I'm getting my nails and my toes done.
Never forget when I was forced to just get my toes done.
When did that happen?
We went to the nail.
Oh my God, that was old. Let's not.
Let's keep that private.
Oh,
Margot has her necklace on.
Oh yes, she does. She's been trying to chew it off, but it's not going to come off. She's actually going to the vet on Tuesday.
For what?
Just made an appointment. She has a very expensive appointment at the vet that I have no idea how I'm going to pay for. She has a growth on her chin that I Googled, and it could be a number of things. So it also could be because I put a diamond necklace on her that she's doing that all the time.
I feel like diamond is strong. It's like from Amazon. Could be because of the diamond she's wearing.
But yeah. Anyways, she's we're gonna go.
And then the one on this block.
We're gonna go. She goes to this one. It's like 6-minute walk from here. But anyway, on the phone, I was like, so how much is it gonna cost? They're like, well, to walk in the door, it's like $300.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. Vet bills are psycho. They're like, okay,
they are psycho.
For her to just see someone, for her to just get a general wellness exam, which is also like, what is that?
She's well.
Like she's like,
I see
you can
her.
ask her a couple questions. Like what's
she's good. Look at
I'm just
her.
gonna look at her, right, and feel her body, and she's fine. Hopefully. I mean, if she isn't, I'm gonna kill myself. Oh my god! Look, the necklace situation. But anyways, so that's $155. Okay. Then if she wants to get a shot, which apparently she's due for like 3 shots, one being rabies. It's like
Stinky's
where the
due for rabies too.
Yeah, like where the fuck is she getting rabies? Should I not
have it?
No, but like Margot's just been here.
She's here.
Do you think I should just not get it?
I'm not gonna lie. Like she really doesn't.
$69 per vaccine.
She doesn't need a rabies shot. It's like they're always trying to. They're like, oh, do you think Stinky might ever go? They literally asked me if I think Stinky might ever go hiking upstate because then he'll need a different shot in case there's something in a puddle he drinks out of. And I was like, whatever the price is, I promise you I'll never take him hiking upstate just to avoid this.
Wow.
That's insane. She doesn't need a rabies shot. She's here unless you get rabies.
Which I could.
Are you going to bite? Oh, look. She looked at you after you said that.
And then $155 plus $69.
Okay, so now you tell me we're over 200.
Yeah. Then times 2 because she has a couple of vaccines.
Let's
apparently.
say we're at 400.
Then if they said, oh, she's a senior pet, so, and I said, how dare you? And she said, well, in that case, we probably want to do some blood work. It's been a while. That's $200.
You're up to like 550 right now.
And then if there's anything, if the growth on her chin, if we're back to the chin, this is just like the
which
baseline,
is why you're going in,
which is why
for
we're
the
going
chin.
in.
We're not even
and
at that price.
Test it, then that's like another $300.
So we're looking at $800. Wait, that's crazy. Stiggy is a 60-pound pit bull who's eaten a pigeon, and I've never spent more than $200 at the vet.
What vet do you go to?
So right now we made a mistake the first time, but now we have to finish with them at least for his vaccinations. Mm-hmm. We just went to the one that I guess they took him to after they rescued him to get like all his first round of shots and stuff. It's called UR Vet Care. It's in Fried.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a bitch to get to, but so far we have not spent more than $200.
Really?
Yeah.
What's it called?
UR, like capital UR Vet Care. And they have them all over, but of course none in Brooklyn, of course. They have them all over Manhattan.
We might be heading to Fried.
You also should look, the vet that's opening up across the street from me is offering like free first visit for people who like are new customers of them.
What's it called again?
That's Small Door Veterinarian.
And when are they open? This is probably riveting for our listeners.
This is just us having like a conversation. Even with the headphones on, I like forgot we were doing a podcast.
Same.
I'm just trying to get you good vet care for her. Stinky has to go to the vet though. He needs his next rabies shot, and he like does need his next rabies shot.
Well, if he wants to come with us,
I'll ask him.
Yeah, we're not going to this vet appointment on Tuesday. We gotta find a side like that. It's like the Ozempic. It's like the situation with Ozempic. It's like we gotta find the compounded version. I know that like it is. This is gonna sound rough. Okay.
It is mainly for homeless people, but there is like a traveling vet service that like pops up places for people who are homeless or like
who have pets,
when you see people with the dogs, it's like you can go and your dog can get like checked out. They give you like food for your pet, like stuff like that. It's for like if you're really tight financially, or like it is mainly, they kind of said, for like unhoused people, like to go and get like animal care, because like, you know, obviously, and like I've watched some of the clips, it's really sad. Like this guy, like his cat is like, it's the only thing that gets him through the day. You know, he lives on the street. Yeah. But so then he goes and like she got like they gave her like, they cleaned her up a little bit too. It was really sweet. But maybe you could check them out.
Okay, thanks. Can I just ask a question, and you can just shut me down if this isn't appropriate?
Okay.
Why do we have to call them out unhoused now? Like what happened? Like what's the politically? I'm losing. Not to be like Trumpian, being like I'm losing track, but like I
believe, and if I'm wrong, then like someone call us.
Is it because home is a home? Like any home can be a home.
Because it was supposed to be like not making them their problem. Like homeless people, it's like now the whole person is just a homeless person, and that's in a category. While unhoused is just like a way of giving them back, sort of like some personhood.
Okay, but we all still know they're a homeless person.
Yes, because they're unhoused. That's
Sean, we might have to do some edits here. No, for some reason I thought it was because you know those pillows that say a home isn't a home without a glass of wine or something like that, and from like Marshalls.
Yeah,
I thought it was like that. Sorry, I'm taking off my shoes.
Like that? How?
But like I thought it was like I was like just because they don't have a house doesn't mean they don't have a home. Because a home is a place
where the heart is.
Where the heart is. Yeah, that is the pillow, not the home.
I was like, how does that
still
apply?
A home isn't a home without a glass of wine.
I'm sure that's how some
I was feel. So on the border when I was drinking of like getting one of those pillows. Like I was like so like, yeah, it's 4:00 somewhere or something. And like I would go in places and be like, that is a hilarious poster. That is so funny. Like live, laugh, wine.
You're like, that's me.
That's so
I
me.
Literally I live, I laugh, and I whine.
Like, or don't talk to me until I've had like 35 shots.
I love those TikTok videos where someone like goes to like their grandma's house or their aunt's house. It's mainly the aunt, and she has all those.
I know,
all those hung up, like all those pillows, and it's like. I actually like, I'm jealous of you and I'm jealous of her because I've never been in a mindset to like earnestly want to buy one of them.
Yeah, I know. And I feel like I could have just easily gone into that realm of the world. Like I could have easily
had those pillows everywhere.
All over.
I'm not going to lie. I feel like if you had, maybe not the wine ones, but like if you had one, your house is like so authentically you that it wouldn't break the house. It would seem like a Nora funny.
Which one do you want me to get?
Like if you had like anything, like if you had like a little pillow that said like, sorry, this is the cat seat. Like that would be like so Nora.
That's a good one.
Maybe I gotta head to maybe I need to rethink what I got you for your birthday.
Or like, yeah, like a poster or something that says like, this isn't my house, this is my cat's house.
Yeah.
Something really funny and clever like that. Sorry, I haven't eaten and I just worked out. So I'm saying problematic things.
I'm going to eat when I get home before I go roller skating.
Lucky.
I'm pretty
so lucky.
What are you going to eat when I leave?
I'm always itchy now on the pod. What if for my birthday I just like have lice? Just kidding.
That'd be crazy.
It'd be such a bummer to have lice as an adult.
Do you remember the like period of time when I nannied when those kids and their parents kept getting lice and I still kept showing up every day?
Nope, because if you had told me that I would have killed myself. Oh wait, yes.
Yeah, I was like, you told me to not go there.
Yeah.
And I was like, the mom kind of thinks it's not a big deal while she has lice.
Have I ever told you about our neighbor in college?
Who had lice?
Yeah.
Was it like the outbreak on the floor or is that someone else?
No.
Okay.
So I was living in the woods. I was living deep in the woods when I was in college in Western Massachusetts. I went to UMass, as you know. Mm-hmm. But maybe our listeners don't.
They definitely know. They definitely know.
And we were living next to this woman. Her name was Julie. And one day, like, we basically had like a big party house with 6 girls, and we used to like throw parties and smoke pot and be crazy or whatever. But like next door, it was like a family, and we're like deep in the woods. Mm-hmm. And one day she comes over, so we're always trying to like make good by her, right? Because we're always trying to like keep it on a good page. Because we're like having these like ragers, and we're trying to make her happy and not be dicks.
Yeah.
And so one day she comes over and she's like, "Hey guys, like, this is kind of a weird question. We like don't know her that well." And she's like, "Would you guys like mind? Do any of you guys know how to cut hair?" And I was like so out of my mind stone that I was like, "Yeah, I could do it." And Reka, who I'm gonna get my nails done with tonight, was like, "What?" And then I was like, "Yeah, no, I can cut hair. It's like not that complicated." And then like she left, and I was like, "Whoa, thank God." She's like, "Okay, good to know." then like a
Good.
week.
Wait, she didn't give any other.
There
just
wasn't
good
any.
to know.
So then a week later, she comes, my room was on the first floor and had windows around it, all facing the woods. She pops up into one of my windows.
Terrifying.
It says, "Hey, about that haircut, could you do it today?" We're all like, "What the fuck?" And then we're all like so hungover at that point because we had like a thing the night before. And I was like, "Yeah, come on in." She's like, "Yeah, like, you know, my son got lice, so I have lice and no one wants to go and get my hair." And I literally was like, "Are you kidding me?"
And by cut her hair, did she mean shave it?
No, she wanted me to cut her hair, give her a little haircut because she had lice, so she couldn't go to the barber.
So this wasn't cut my hair because I need a clean slate because there's lice on my head. This is like, I want a haircut and I can't go get one because I have lice.
So
That's even better.
I'm gonna pop into your window when you're least expecting it. Are you looking at my senior cat?
Whenever your senior cat is headed towards the tripod, like the weight of the tripod is like right now the thing is really long and the phone is heavy up top. Like I do feel like if she pushed it hard enough, like camera down.
Yeah. Oh no, she's up to no good.
Nora, that would so be you though. Like
What?
if you thought like your lice was like kind of like calmed down, but like you just like needed a haircut and you're like, you're not gonna get it. Like this is so fucked up. I just need like my hair trim.
Yeah. So I gave her the haircut and it was really awkward the whole time. And I was like shaking. So I was so hungover.
You're like shaking. And wait, like can you cut hair? Like
no,
what did she get?
I've never cut anyone's hair in my life.
And it was just like a dry cut.
Dry cut.
Didn't wet it.
No. We did it in our front yard. So I didn't want to get the lice in the house. Just like one of those things where someone's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Don't, just whatever."
Sometimes like I never want people to feel bad. So here we go. Margaret sniffing. In her pearls.
In her pearls.
What time is it?
We have like 3 more minutes.
Oh my God, really? What's the most New York thing that happened to you?
Do you know?
Yeah, I mean the most New York thing that happened to me this week is the most New York thing that happens to me every other week, which is my now 6-month-long conflict with Con Ed. I literally have to call them.
Riveting.
They are so fucking dead to me.
Yeah.
Like I cannot, like
So itchy.
the time that I've spent, like I can't get the time back that I've spent explaining to each person the same story and me saying, "Do you guys have like a log like for accounts?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Okay, well this is now like my 10th time calling. Can you promise me you'll write this down? Because like I can't tell this story again." And then I get a new bill. The reason I'm in a fight with them is I closed my old account, right, at my last place. And I had called them a ton for a new meter. And they never came and gave me a new meter. And the only reason I wanted a new meter is because I wanted them to see how not up to code our basement was and tell them about the mold. Because I had learned that they'll shut a building down if it's not up to code.
Shut a bitch down.
So I was like, I want a new meter. I don't care what you have to do. I want a new meter because I want someone here to look, right? Nobody comes. I move out. I'm gone. I call. I close the account. I pay my last bill. I'm done. They go and install a new meter and bill me for 7 months. I get a $500 bill.
$500.
And I said, "You guys are so fucked up in the head. I begged you to get here. And I would have paid you. I would have paid you if I lived there, right? Like, I seriously would have because I don't like dealing with Con Ed. Like, totally. I actually would rather pay them an obscene amount of money than talk on the phone with them because it's insanity. So I was like, and my account right now, when I go to pay a bill, I can't pay anything other than the minimum balance of $500. So now every time I get a bill, now I'm at $572. Now I'm at $615. Right now, my bill is almost at $800. And then you go, so now it's like, once that gets removed, I'm going to owe like $300 because I can't pay any bills.
Right.
And every time I call, they tell me, "Okay, I'm sending this up to the top. We're going to get that money removed. You won't see it on your account." And then I call and they're like, "I don't even see that you closed your account in November." And I'm like, this is insanity. Like, I can't. And I just got another bill from them today. We're almost up to $800. I had to call, leave a lovely voicemail, and I'm name dropping now. I've spoken with Michael. I've spoken with Krista. I've spoken with Anthony. All 3 of them have said that they have sent this right up to accounting, that it's the most important ticket and that it's going to be gone from my account.
I'm itching myself like a meth addict and you're screaming about Con Ed.
Because I can't. I'm going to, they honestly, not to get too heated.
Yeah. Not to get too heated.
They should be nervous.
Uh-oh.
I'm like a woman on the loose.
Uh-oh.
That's a threat. Sorry. I'm I'm so
but
fed
it
up.
Also might not be a threat because Trump isn't letting us say anything anymore without sending us somewhere.
I guess that's right. Fine. It's not a threat. Not a threat. But like seriously, Con Ed, like didn't we find out like a year ago that like they were like overcharging us?
Totally.
Oh, and by the way, when they came and replaced my meter, they were like, well, you owe us this money because it looks like your meter wasn't on for 7 months. And I was like, oh, that's amazing. So when I was paying you for 7 months, what were those bills? My meter wasn't on. And they were like, well, they were like guesstimates. Don't do that. If you see someone's meter isn't on, come replace the meter and turn it on. Don't be like, her bill's normally 80, so we'll bill her for 80. That's insane.
Kill, fuck, marry.
Tell me.
Con Ed, National Grid, Optimum.
Why Optimum?
Just like pretend that's your internet service.
Can you do Verizon?
Verizon.
I'm fucking the shit out of National Grid. They have amazing customer service. Their bills, I don't know what's going on. My bill has never been more than $10. Like, I love National Grid. I'm
fucking the shit.
I'm gonna marry Verizon because it's a little expensive, but sometimes it's worth paying more for something good. So I'm gonna commit myself to Verizon. And I'm killing
murdering
Con Ed in the most violent way.
Okay, my New York of the week.
Wait, you fuck, marry, kill them, please. Who's your internet service?
I'm so itchy, Hannah.
I know.
Do you see me? Is it weird?
I don't know.
Sean, can you cut this out?
That's the whole episode. You itch the whole episode.
What's going on?
I don't know.
I read this book about this woman who, and the first sign of cancer was she was itchy.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Everything's the first sign of cancer.
Yeah.
Kind of like, I feel like also like, you know, the weather's changing.
Okay. Really
could be
itchy.
like seasonal.
And I look bad. This isn't me.
It's not her.
This isn't me.
This isn't the birthday girl.
I just came from, this isn't me.
Mm-mm.
Don't be like, whoa, she's 33 now.
Don't be like that.
We're at time a little bit.
Well,
but
what time is it?
We've done 22 minutes and our episode's pretty long, right? With Virgo and Beau. Those are our special
what
guests
time like is it?
Huh? It's 3:40.
Oh, okay. Tell your most New York thing.
It's okay. I don't really mine is more just like what was I gonna say? I don't know really right now. I guess yesterday. Oh yeah, I guess yesterday. I don't know if you do this, but like every time I have a heartbreak or someone just, breaks my little heart, I'm like, oh, I'm going to go and buy myself flowers, like Miley vibes. And I always have to like go back and forth between, do I go get the flowers or do I not get the flowers? And then I go to the flower place, and then if they all look kind of gross, I'm like, I don't need them. Mm-hmm. But I did that on Friday because I was feeling sad about a man.
Where are they?
No, but they were all shitty flowers. So I was like, oh no, I don't need to do this.
Yeah, it's like you're already upset.
But it's just flowers. Like this. It's just like this moment of like, does every woman in New York do this? Like, does every woman in New York like feel sad for a second? They go to the bodega, they go look at the flowers, and they're like, oh wait, $15 for that? Like, absolutely not.
I'm not
that sad.
I always see people walking with flowers, and I'm like, it'd be so nice to have flowers in my house. And then I walk by the closest place to my house because I'm not like traveling for flowers. Like, it has to be whoever's closest to you.
Totally.
It's like the most beautiful bouquet is like $30. Yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm not getting that. Yeah. But then like the $10 bouquet, it's like
daffodils.
I don't like
daffodils are like weeds.
Kind of like everyone's favorite flower is tulips, and I hate the way they fall in a vase.
They're losers. My favorite flower forever, pink roses.
Mm-hmm.
Forever and always, pink roses. So if it's my birthday right now, actually, please don't get me flowers on my birthday, so I'm going to be in Baltimore this weekend. But when I return, if you want to give me delayed flowers,
okay,
That's not you.
That's
I'm saying
actually
to our
good
listeners.
to know, though. I was gonna bring flowers to your birthday dinner.
There's no point.
I won't bring you anything on your birthday dinner. I'll just like arrive and have it. And then the first time I come over after your birthday, I'll bring them.
Sure, if you want. But literally,
well, because I don't want them to die.
Yeah, they're just going to die here alone.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Nora.
They're just going to die here alone.
Kind of like me. Anyways,
die here alone.
I might.
No.
I'm not itchy anymore.
Oh,
so.
That's kind of fun. Maybe the orange is pumping through
Mandarin.
You. What's the difference?
I don't know. Our guests today, guests are so perfect. Like
this is
this is a really good episode.
A fun episode. Like it actually kind of makes up for like Nora being sad and me being angry.
Yeah, like Con Ed, lice, just throw it out of your mind. You know,
like this is actually gonna pick you up. If you felt confused now, don't worry about it. Keep listening.
Worry, because we have We decided the New Yorkers of the week are royalty, quite literally. Mm-hmm. We have Queen Virgo Rising, who is an amazing, amazing drag queen in New York City, who also is a professional astrologer. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we need to find the TikTok.
Yeah, we need to find the TikTok. And then we have the king, the handsome king, Beau Dega, who literally is fucking hilarious and has his own gay trivia show at Club Cumming,
which I can't believe I haven't gone to see yet.
Yeah, we gotta go. I mean, I've gone a couple of times and it's awesome. It's not like trivia where it's like, what's the capital of Mississippi? It's like, and like everyone's like, I know. It's like let me play a little bit of a Mariah Carey song and you tell me what song it is. It's so fun.
Okay, I need to go.
So it's once a month and it's at Club Cumming, and sometimes Virgo performs at that show. Twofer. Yeah, you get a twofer. But they're just like such good representation of like drag in New York. Mm-hmm. And I think it's so important for us to have both queen and king. Because I think queen kind of takes over sometimes, but like there's some kings around here that are fucking dominating, aka Beau Dega.
I famously performed as a backup dancer for a drag king who was competing in Miss Stonewall 2021 or 2022. Wow. Yeah.
I'm shocked you didn't bring that up in the interview.
I kind of was like realizing that I wanted to bring it up, but then they were like giving amazing answers that I was like, I don't want to now take up like 5 minutes on a story. Totally. So I was like,
well, I'm glad you brought it here.
I'll pull Hope aside at dinner.
Yeah. Please
bring
do.
It up then.
Anyways, they also really did us a solid and dressed in their drag. So if you want to go to YouTube and just skip through the part of me itching my legs for this entire episode, you could just get straight to the drag portion and they look great.
Yeah, they do. They're our New Yorkers of the week. They're so like classic elk of a New Yorker. You know what I mean?
They're like hustling.
They're hustling. They're funny. They're talented. Like, I also feel like their advice was really honest.
Yeah.
Compared to like, you kind of get like, I feel like when you ask people for advice, they're like, just believe in yourself and like do what's true to you. But like advice that's kind of like, this will be bad for a while. Yeah. So like just buckle up and don't stop.
Best advice that my cousins and I, after Passover, we were all just hanging out and like smoking weed last night. And one of my cousins, I was like, what's the best advice you could give? And he's like, you know, someone said this to me once. They were like, you give me the best advice ever. And I asked him what it was. And he was like, just a little bit. And my cousin was like, what? And then like he was reenacting this thing that he had with a friend. He was like, what do you mean? He was like, I was about to like take like a full ounce of mushrooms or like a full like thing of mushrooms. And then you just said, no, just a little bit. And then I thought about it and I was like, just a little bit. And then every time I like take a hit of weed or like drink a little beer, anything, I'm like, just a little bit.
Okay.
And I was like, and then I was thinking about it and I was like, that's incredible advice.
Can it apply? Like, how would it apply to other things?
Like, it would just be like you're gonna work today, just a little bit,
just a little bit. Okay.
Like, you're gonna go, like, you know, just a little bit,
just a little.
Like everything can happen, just a little bit,
just a little bit at a time.
Like, oh, you're gonna be angry right now, just a little bit,
just a little bit. Take it, but lighten up.
Enjoy that. Lighten up, tighten up,
lighten up, tighten up.
All right,
they can't go together. They contradict.
Just a little bit, though. It's such a good line, and we were dying laughing. But also, maybe it's not funny because we're not high anymore.
I thought it was funny. All right. Well, enjoy this interview. And yeah, we love you guys.
I love you, Hannah.
Love you. Bye. We are here with 2 New Yorkers of the week this week.
We're here with royalty.
Yeah, we
a
are.
king and a queen.
Seriously.
Literally.
Literally.
So we have Virgo rising, who's a beautiful, beautiful queen. She is here along with Beau Dega, a beautiful, beautiful king of New York City. They're both drag king and queens. They perform a ton at Club Coming, which is where I frequently see them, but they're also all over New York.
Mm-hmm. They were on our show.
Exactly.
We were so lucky.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Hi.
Thank you for having us. Hi.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
We met at Club Coming, in fact. Actually.
Me and you? We didn't meet at Club Coming. We met at a bar.
I met in the womb. Virgo and I met at Club Coming.
Yes,
Oh,
we
yeah?
did.
That's actually one of the questions that we have is like how you guys met each other.
Do you wanna spill the tea or?
Okay. How about I'll start and then you jump in when it feels right.
Right.
I
think that seems correct.
We met participating in a drag competition called correct me if I'm wrong on this, Virgo, the Next Mixed Superstar.
Yes.
Is that correct? Which ran for a few seasons. We were the inaugural
Yep.
edition of the competition. It was like a weekly showcase at Club Coming. It was like 3 weeks of competition. There was like 8 to 10 of us, and then the top 3 at the end went on to like compete for the finale. So we met the first week, and then we were both in the top 3. So we were together through the whole thing.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
But it was, yes.
Wait, who won?
I did.
Wow.
and rightfully, let me just say, I was on death's door during actually most of that competition, but specifically the last week. I was like, if I even make it to the show, it will be a miracle. But the competition, we instantly bonded because let me be politically correct. There were a lot of kind of questionable parts of this competition, which we didn't know beforehand, but we very quickly learned when the first week the host of the competition brutally roasted's not the right word, because roast like implies that it was in jest. I think
It was a verbal assault.
it was a on
All of
all
us.
of the competitors in front of all of their loved ones who they had brought to watch them
That's very
perform.
Tyra Banks, like circa
It was
2003.
Yeah, like America's Next Top
Extremely
Model.
Tyra Banks. And
Wow.
good
It
job.
wasn't even like 1 or 2 like harsh critiques. It was I remember, I forget who it was, but she went on for about like 10 minutes just reading someone like it's like, and you're ugly, and you're
it was like
talentless,
that.
and your makeup's bad, and maybe you should buy a more expensive gown. Also, know your words, and like you can't perform well. Have you ever just thought about killing yourself? And I was like, wow, this is
That
And
like
that's when you were catching on. You were like,
That
this
was
is
the
a
and
big
then
deal.
one of the critiques she gave me was
It was amazing.
she made a critique basically being
She
like,
gave you a critique. I know exactly who you're talking about. That's
we
insane.
We're not.
won't
We don't
name
need to
names,
name
but if you
names.
know, you know.
No, but I know who we're talking about, and that's nuts.
And it was I did like a little bit of
Exactly.
stand up before my number,
Because
and
we
she was
could do
like,
whatever we wanted.
I just don't know if like your jokes were like all that funny or like well timed, and the whole audience in unison was like, what? Like the audience was now getting ready to throw hands at her, and I was like, I'm just gonna sit here and be pretty and let the audience do the work for me.
Wow.
Work.
It
Wow.
was completely psychotic. So it was going on for like hours. It was supposed to be like an hour-long event. We were there until like 3 in the morning.
It was crazy.
And
Wait, and people were sitting there like watching like
Totally
till
the whole
3
time.
Well, so no, my friends, I brought part of a lot of drag competitions, part of the competition is like bringing people to the club. So we were competing for like, to host a show and blah blah blah, and you get like points for how many people you bring. So we had like brought a lot of people. My friend, it's a weeknight. Most of my friends have, you know, like 9 to 5s. They're like dropping like flies. They were like, "We're so sorry, but we have to leave." I hadn't even gone on yet. They were like at some of my friends like out. We kept taking breaks because of how long it was taking. And some of my friends, like smoking a cig outside, were like, "Hey, if you just want to run, we support you. Like, if you don't want to, like, you don't have to do this." Like, because she had been so mean to everyone.
I came to the second one of that. I remember she did a second one when you were in the top 3, I think, and that's when I saw Virgo Rising and you perform.
Wait, and when was this? How long ago was this?
This is a while ago. This
oh my
is
God,
like
so you
last
two have
year.
known each other for like a minute.
It was like a
Yeah.
year and a half ago, maybe.
Yeah.
I think so.
wow,
Yeah, it was
okay.
probably like October of 23 or something like
Yep,
that.
20. Yeah, correct.
Okay. How do you? Okay, so one of the questions is, what is it like doing drag in New York City? And I think that's a great answer.
Example.
But do you have any other? How has the local scene shaped your work?
I mean, like I started in competitions. Like that's what all my like mentors and friends were all like. They're like, listen, if you wanna make it in New York, you definitely have to like go. Like all the open sets are, well, the majority of them are very competition based. So it is great because I have friends who like live in like smaller cities. So they're like, oh my gosh, every time I perform, it's just like so lovely and amazing and la 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 la. And I'm like, well, not in New York. You perform and do a competition, and like no one will clap for you. No one will applaud if they didn't like what you were doing, if they weren't feeling it.
They'll roast you
I
unexpectedly.
was in a competition hosted by the same diva who hosted the Club Coming competition, just at a different
Okay, you
bar.
guys have to
All
tell me who
love, and
this
it's
is
all
afterwards.
love.
It's all love. It is all love. And I remember I was like in the top 3 for like that night, and it was time for like, oh, you know, like let's applaud for the top 3. And then I walk up, crickets. Not a single person applauded. And I was like, right, I'm just gonna hop off the stage, right, and just like I'm gonna go get my bag and go
I'm
home.
gonna go get a
because
gun
this
and kill
is-
myself. Yeah.
So it's like it's just brutal.
Order
Like
another
it's
drink
really
or should
brutal.
we-
But
yeah.
I don't know. I also feel like once you kind of find your spot, it's like, okay, cool. Now I've found at least a place where I can be a fool and have a good time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. It's an interesting, so it's the competitions are kind of like the drag. It's kind of the drag like version of open mics, and you kind of have to just put in your time. But yeah, it is okay. It's like essentially like imagine you like are starting off going to open mics, and like at the end of the night, everyone who did the mic goes to the stage, and the host like goes down the line and is like,
Who
who'd
was
you
the
like the
I
best?
best? To the
actually-
audience.
Honestly,
Honestly,
I
we need to
think
do that.
comedy needs that.
Yeah, 'cause
everyone
sometimes you need to
leaves.
stop.
Everyone leaves, and even if they were like the worst of the night or the best of the night, they're like, "I'll try again tomorrow."
Yeah, like tomorrow. I got
Maybe
this.
maybe we should start that. Like,
You should be like,
we're-
all right, everyone to the front if you want to like
It's a-
actually know how you did.
It's a feedback night, and we're gonna give them feedback.
You do find out what works and what doesn't through this, and you do like you meet a lot of people, and you do like find your community through it. So it is, it's fun. It's like, the parts that are good about it are similarly what's good about mics. You do like find your people doing it, and it like, the drag scene in New York is like, of course, one of the best in the world for a reason. Like people are hustling.
Yes.
What's the
Yeah.
difference between the community, the drag king community, and the drag queen community, besides the obvious?
Well,
Like, is there a different vibe, do you feel like?
a lot of different things. I would say this is this is a massive generalization, but like the community of kings is warmer and
That's what I
kinder.
was gonna say too. Yep.
Really?
Like the people are so much nicer to each other. It's really crazy. And so when I first started doing drag, I had not even met another drag king. It's funny thinking about this now because of course like so much has changed. But when I started doing drag, I had never met another drag king, and then I did drag for many months in New York before ever meeting a drag king. Then once I like did tap into the king and things scene, I was like, whoa, oh my God. And of course there's like thousands of us, but I was just like, because you end up going to wherever you make a connection, you like, you do the competition there. You see a post about a show, you get on the lineup, and you just kind of keep going. And I was like in Hell's Kitchen cutting it up with the girls, and it was like me and like 10 drag queens in a competition every week that were like 3 feet taller than me and could like stomp on me with their heel. And I just like, that's who I was around all the time. And I did not meet another, like a king or a thing for so long. And then, and I had so much fun doing that. And for the most part, people were really nice to me for the most part. But it is just like a much warmer community of the kings.
I have a question. It's maybe a stupid question. My roommate for like 5 years was a drag queen, and she had a drag mom. Does that like do drag kings? Do you guys also have like a drag parent who helps guide you?
Some people like do have that, and some people don't. But that's not like that's not like exclusive to,
Do you have a drag mom, Virgo?
No, I'm an
Does
orphan.
anyone want to adopt?
What do you? Can you tell us a little bit about the?
What was that? Yeah, if anyone's out there who wants to adopt me, maybe you can style this wig for me.
Every
Hey.
time we do an episode, someone said, "I need a manager, I need a therapist," and now we need parents.
Yeah, they're
No,
like,
we
if
need
anyone's
parents.
interested in managing me, being my therapist, looking to adopt.
Virgo, what's your
100%.
tea on the queen community? Like the vibes? How are the vibes?
I agree with Beau's sentiment, like that the king and the thing community tends to be a lot warmer than the queen community. I think because, at least in my experience, everyone kind of views you as competition for their gigs, truthfully, because there's a significantly larger, portion of the drag community in New York City is queens. And we're all kind of like, there's comedy queens, there's Broadway queens, there's dancing queens, there's, like fashion queens, but like we're all kind of vying for the same gigs, and we're all kind of vying for like the same positions, which is definitely still true amongst the drag king community and the drag thing community. But I think because the drag queens are so much more prevalent, I think there is a sense of like superiority, or like a sense of like egotism that does naturally come with it, where at least how I view it, and Beau, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but for like the kings and the things being a minority group within a minority group, it's kind of like, hey, we have to support each other. Like we have to be the
Exactly.
ones who are booking each other for our shows. We have to be the ones who are like supporting and reposting and going to each other's shows. But in the the queens, it's just like, it's super catty, very, very
We don't
clicky.
have to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, it's like, okay, whatever, you'll be fine. And it is, disheartening sometimes to like, know that a lot of relationships can just be surface level. But I think that's just like something that you find out like everywhere in life. Like, even when I was working corporate, I was like, oh, a lot of these relationships are like surface level because I'm viewed as competition for the promotion, for whatever this, sort of raise or new position is going to be. But like, I think I found a good community of sisters that I'm like, listen, we have a good time. Like, we are very, very close, and we don't view each other as like threats. Like, we view each other as people who we enjoy working with and collaborating with. So it's easier for us to be like, yeah, come to my gig, I'm going to come to your gig, like get on the lineup. Because I think it's easy to fall into that trap of just comparing yourself to others. And I think that's what a lot of queens do, unfortunately.
Yeah, 1000%. I agree with that. It is, so it's, you might every so often see, some sort like book drag kings is like the, the slogan. We are, like a minority group within a minority group, right? So it's like the same way that there's, hundreds of gay bars in New York City and like 3 lesbian bars. It's like there is so many people don't even know. Everyone knows what a drag queen is. The amount of times I've like told someone I'm a drag king and they're like, "What is that?" It's like, I'm like, "What do you mean? What is that?" And then
Right.
they're like, I don't get it." And then I'm like, "Okay, but so do you know what a drag queen is? Then what do you mean you don't get it?" Right? Like,
It's crazy. People just lack common sense. It's like, okay, drag queen, I know what that is. If I were to remove queen and adding
and put
king,
king, yeah, what
let me
They're
do math. Let
immediately
me put 2 and 2
lost.
together.
it's a real 1+1 scenario. I sometimes explain it to someone and they're like, "Oh, I feel so stupid now." Sure, yeah, whatever. And then sometimes it's like they're just not getting it. I'm like, I actually, if we're at the point that if you're not getting it now, I don't know what to
Yeah.
really, truly, I don't know what to say. But anyway, so there's just less space for us in general. And so we very much, I mean, you just kind of instinctually know, like, we need to be a unified front. Like, we must support each other. There's no room for the cattiness, really. And that doesn't mean that sometimes that doesn't happen still. But, like, it is just in general, like, a very, like I love I love my drag queen friends, and I love the experiences I have had in most of those primarily queen dominated spaces. But the first time I was on a show that was all kings, I truly was like, this is an incredible vibe. Holy shit.
Yeah.
And I was just like so uplifted. I was like, that was so insane. How, like, that was so, like, not to be cheesy, but like heartwarming, you know? And I was like,
Yeah.
and everybody killed, you know? And also the audience was there really like specifically to see kings, and that was really fun, you know? So it's just like tends to be a less kind of bitchy vibe.
Now, how long have you both been doing drag?
I've been doing drag since, well, the very first time I ever did drag was in college, and it was like for Halloween every year. Because I was an RA and I was on duty, and I
Me
thought it was so
too.
camp to like do my RA shift as a drag queen that night.
Wow. Love that.
So like an
Where'd you go to
iteration of
college?
Virgo Rising exists from like 2018, like 2017, 2018-ish. But then I started like actually going out and performing first at stand-up mics around like in October of 2022, I think. So almost
And was
like
this in New York? Like, did you go to school in New York?
no. So I went to school in Erie, Pennsylvania, which was like the gag.
Oh,
school. Like I'm
okay.
fully
How
like
did I not know that? We're gonna need to circle back later.
right, we'll get
Offline.
into it. We'll dish about
Fine.
that. Yeah, I went to school like in like a tiny like little private Catholic school. So me walking around in like full geesh at the time was very I was like, ooh, I'm very risque, and I had like the rattiest little like shake and go wig, and I wore like one of my friends' like basic ass like dresses with like a little belt, and it was just so stupid and so camp. But yeah, I say Virgo really like came to life in like Halloween-ish of 2022.
And just so like listeners understand, Virgo, if you're not watching this episode, beautiful red hair, beautiful makeup, tons of jewels.
Gorgeous gold chains.
Virgo, where did your
Blazer.
where did your name come from? Like, what's the essence of your name?
So out of drag, my day job is astrology. I write horoscopes for a
Wow.
magazine. I produce
didn't know that?
content. What was that?
I knew
I
that you read tarot cards, I think, but I didn't
Yeah.
realize it was like a full-time job.
she's like a
Yeah.
TikTok famous astrologer.
Yeah, out of
We
drag.
have to get
I
back
really
on
have to
TikTok.
talk to you about
This is a whole different conversation too. But
Oh
yeah,
my
I like
God.
started producing content about astrology in like during the pandemic, and then people started asking me like, "Hey, I love the way that you talk about astrology. Can I get a reading with you?" And it just like grew and built, and now it's my business. I would say the writing sort of side of the business is definitely like what I do most predominantly. So I wanted when I started doing drag to still pay homage to like the out of drag version of myself, because I think Virgo and Cole, who's my out of drag name, are very, very synonymous. Like they're just two extensions of the same person. So having Virgo Rising be an homage to what like the career that kind of saved me and helped me find myself is it's you know it's kind of that. So but I'm not a Virgo. I'm a Virgo rising, which is why Virgo rising comes forward. But I'm a Gemini sun, so there were like a lot of like Gemini kind of like Gemma like variations of names. I was like, it just doesn't feel right. So
You're
when
so Virgo rising.
yeah, and then like I wrote down Virgo rising, and I was like, wait, that's it. That's
Wow.
the
That's
name.
the one.
Virgo, I have to talk to you about a lot of stuff after this.
I
I
didn't
love
know
this.
that. That's amazing.
Okay,
I
Beau.
I swore that I told
No.
you that.
You told me that Virgo does like some tarot stuff and astrology, but I didn't realize it was like a full-time
Job.
business. Like I'm with a professional here. Like
Yeah.
I have
I bet
professional
you've
needed
seen
questions.
I bet you've seen her videos, but didn't realize it was the same person, like literally.
I'm having lot's going on right now.
I was literally at a gig last night and like on the mic,
session.
Please stay on,
the
please.
host was like, well, tell them about like what you do out of drag. And I was like, oh, I do astrology. And like literally someone in the audience was like, oh, I know you. And I was just like, oh, clock it. Like I've had people be like, your voice is so familiar. How do I know you? I was like, probably because you
I'm a little
listen to my
famous
brain
online.
rot on the internet.
Yeah,
Wow.
right. It's so funny when that happens. Like the reverse too. Like once my friend like brought his new girlfriend like out with us. You know, it was the first time we were like meeting her, and we were out like dancing for like hours and hours. Kind of doing the most, and like 5 hours into being at the club together, she was like, oh my God, this whole time I've been like looking at you out of the corner of my eye, like feeling so strange because I know that we've never met before, but something about you seems so familiar to me. Are you a drag king? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, is your name Beau Dega? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, there it is. I've been to one of your shows before. She was like, I was like, your eyes were like tripping me out, but I could not figure it out. And then it just finally clicked, like where I've seen you. Anyway, so it's so funny when that.
Beau, give us your like full breakdown when Beau started, how the name came about.
Sure.
Because I love it.
So before I started actually doing drag, I've always like hosted and produced parties with a few of my other friends. Yeah, formally and informally. Unpaid party producer.
We lost a lot actually in those parties.
Actually, yeah. Mostly unpaid. In fact, really in the red. If we're being real. But this show that I now to this day is like still a party that I produce and perform on, is a party called UGG that I host at Club Coming with a couple of my friends, and we would always book a drag queen to do numbers there. And I was always been a huge fan of drag for years, but didn't like think rewind a decade. I certainly never thought I was going to do it myself. I moved here to be a writer. That's going really well. Anyway, so yeah, I didn't think I was going to do drag. And I, one day I have always, I was going to say jokingly, but also like somewhat earnestly referred to myself as a sandwich artist. Like I'm always like making an exciting sandwich and then, like, running my mouth about it.
Yes, yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Sandwich. So anyway, I live alone now, but I lived with roommates for years in what can best be described as like a gay frat house, at which Nora has spent a lot of time. I'll leave it at that. Anyway.
This is when I was drinking. I spent a lot of time at the gay frat house.
Gotcha.
like sleepovers,
Gotcha.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah, it was it was a communal space for growth.
And it was wonderful, and
For
it
growth and
did.
development.
And the
We all
parties
grew
were
into
legendary, and we celebrate them.
Celebrated.
I just can't physically do it again, or I'll die.
Yeah, no. Anyway, one day I'm like making a sandwich, shouting to my roommates, oh, I'm like, I've done it again. I'm a sandwich artist, baby. Like, you gotta come try this.
Super fun roommate.
And, of course, I'm like blasting pop music whilst I'm doing this. And the idea, just kind of all, the concept of Beau Dega all just started kind of coming together in my head. And I was like, what if this kind of ongoing bit where I call myself a sandwich artist and I'm always like, on one in the kitchen, dancing and singing and making sandwiches. Like, what if this was a thing on stage? Like, what if I did this on stage? And so I said to my friends that, I host that party with, I was like, what if we don't book a queen this month and I do a number? Like, what if I get into drag, and I, whatever. And they were like, okay, fuck it, sure. So I made a sandwich on stage to a Dua Lipa song.
I've seen this number. It's a very good number. If you have not seen the Beau Dega sandwich making
And
I
number,
haven't.
Oh my God, it's amazing. And
I
Beau,
need to
not to
see
give
it.
it away, but Beau then throws sandwiches at you wrapped in tinfoil, and they're actually really good.
Really
Wow.
good. I'm serious about it.
This is a business.
I use whenever I need to like do a sandwich number soon for brand maintenance.
You
I
really
haven't done one in
do.
a while. But in the beginning, I was doing like lots of different iterations of this kind of sandwich, like deli man thing. And I had to stop doing it so consistently because it's like I was making the sandwiches rehearsing, and I was like, this is too expensive, and also I'm eating like I felt I like hate wasting food, and also like didn't have enough money to just like
Be making all these sandwiches.
yeah. So I was
Right.
only eating sandwiches, and sometimes like, Nora lost her job. I was like bringing her the sandwiches. Anyway, so but they're really good. We were like both like not doing well and eating the sandwiches from rehearsal. So I would
It's like, where are you
bring
getting your
also-
food? Oh, my friend's training themselves to be a drag king and making sexy sandwiches on stage. This is New York.
Yeah.
This is
This
New
is
York.
New
This
York.
is this is what's happening in New York. You want to know what's
But I'm
happening in New
serious
York?
about it.
You're
It's
doing
like
New York.
I eat them, so I want to like them. Like
Right.
I'm not fucking around. They're really good. So yeah, in the hallucinate sandwich, the premise is I'm like, Beau is a like hunky Beau Dega guy living his pop star fantasy. So like, oh my fucking god, my computer's about to die. So I'm like, imagine I'm a Beau Dega guy taking your order, and then whilst I'm making the sandwich, I'm like in my head like I'm Britney Spears, like back me on the sandwich.
Which happens all the time at every deli. You get it. It's amazing.
That's amazing. Those are two
Uh-huh.
really different and really amazing stories.
Anyway,
These two people are the
New Yorker of the week.
They're the New Yorkers of the week. This is what's going
Yeah.
on in New York. These are the
Okay.
people we need to highlight.
So I know your laptop's about to die, but okay, question. What would be like one piece of advice you give to someone who's like moving to New York and they're going to start doing drag? Like, what's your piece of advice?
ooh, well, one, moving to
Go to
New
the
York,
deli.
girl, buckle up. If you've never lived in New York, buckle the fuck up. This city is gonna
It'll be
chew
like
you up
being
and spit you
broke.
out so many times. Put you in the blender, kick the blender down the stairs while you're in it,
Swallow
while
it,
it's not,
spit it
and then
out.
press the blender. Yeah, it's crazy. Like New York's gonna absolutely destroy you. So
Yeah.
on top of that, as you've already heard so lovingly, how nicely I've talked about the drag queen community and how they are so inviting and
It's
they're
all
so
love.
personable and they're just so welcoming to new talent. Just saddle up. But I would say, honestly, just do it. Just fucking do it. Like the only person that's stopping you is yourself. It's difficult and it's like you're going to embarrass yourself and it's going to be like many moments where you're like, ooh, that was not the tea. But like the more you do it, the better you get. And like the more you learn about yourself as an artist, as a performer, as a human. So truly like it's just getting over that limitation, like that personal mental limitation of like, should I be doing this? It's like every there's not a single drag queen I know who like came out their very first time was like, I'm puss cunt fabulous. It's like we know that you have hundreds and hundreds of photos and videos of you, if that is the case, in your bedroom by yourself, looking busted and looking a mess. So like, not everyone's gonna be like RuPaul's Drag Race level like the first time they perform. So stop trying to hold yourself to that.
Is that the goal? Is that like the goal of drag? Is to get on? Or like what's the goal?
I
I
think
mean,
it
for
depends.
some people it might be, but like not for most people.
I don't know. I just
No.
feel like it's like because like for comedians, we're like we want to be on SNL. You know what I mean? Or
Well, I
like,
feel
but
like
not for everyone. But
Some
like,
people are like
you know,
SNL. Some people want to be touring
Totally.
comics.
Yeah. No, it's just like, anyways. Beau, what's your advice?
Yeah, I mean, I remember before I ever, like, I'm almost glad. So I'm almost glad that I like when I did that the first time, I didn't even know it was gonna be something I did again, and I remember hearing like, over and over because I was such a fan of drag for so long. Like, there's so many drag artists that say like if you can do anything else, don't do this because it's so hard.
Yeah.
I remember like hearing that so many times, but when I heard that, I wasn't like thinking I was going to do this, which actually I think is a good thing because it might have stopped me from doing it, right? But you know, like how I got into this, you just heard the story, is like I had an idea, I followed a whim, and then it is really fucking hard. Like it's such I'm always like the two most financially stupid things you can do are move to New York without generational wealth and be a drag artist. And I'm doing it.
Yeah, we did both.
But like no matter like it like yeah doing drag like is really hard in like so many different ways, but it is like the most fun thing in the world, and that's like why most of us do it. And you know, the community is like, despite you know our flaws, such a like beautiful community.
Yeah.
And I always am like, I am surrounded by like the most brilliant creative people on a regular basis, and like the shit that I see like blows me away. And we, you know, we have such a good time. So I think like, yeah, if you have like I followed a whim and then it just happened to like be exactly the right whim to follow, and like being Beau has like made my life better in like every conceivable way, truly. So I think if you have kind of, you know, if you have an idea that you kind of like can't get out of your head that feels like it would be fun to do, like pursue it, like chase the thing that makes you, you know, that is fun for you, and that makes the rest of it like worth it, you know.
Wow, I like needed this.
Yeah, that was really. This has been an amazing interview.
I don't know, Virgo, if you can tell because you're an astrologist, but I've had a hard day.
Well, yeah, we have a full moon tomorrow.
I'm not.
Wait, is that what's going on? Because I
Well,
did
and
some
also-
crazy shit today.
Mercury retrograde just ended.
It's just
Okay.
ended, yeah.
Venus retrograde's gonna end tomorrow as well, on the day that we're
Okay.
filming this tomorrow. What else? We just like wrapped up eclipse season. Like the first.
It's been a lot.
Oh, Neptune just moved into Aries, which is like not happened for like the past like 200 plus years. So there's like a big
Nora's in
cultural
Aries.
energy shift. There's a lot of like funky astrology this year that's like, huh, wake up,
Okay.
wake up.
Okay. I'm going to
Gotcha.
blame that
Yeah,
again
yeah,
on
it's
my triple
that.
text to that guy.
It
okay.
is. It is.
It's
It's in the stars. It's out of our hands.
it's just in the stars.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, we are at time, but can you guys just plug yourselves unconditionally? Where can everyone find
Plug
you?
yourself unconditionally.
Just like keep, plug it.
Go for it, Virgo.
You can find me on Instagram at Virgo Rising NYC. You can also find me performing on the Upper East Side Mondays and Saturdays at the Toolbox, doing bingo and then just being a whore. And then I'm at Club Coming monthly. And if you don't see me at any of those places, you can always find me on the local corner, whichever corner that is, selling it, or face down in a dumpster, whichever you prefer.
Wherever you are, wherever you end up.
Exactly.
Love it.
Okay, that was so beautiful, and I have to echo a lot of those sentiments. You can find me at the afters, most
Yep.
of them, all of them. Anyway, I don't know how to go home or leave places, so I'm, 33 years of age, and I'm still like, out till 6. So anyway, you can find me awake wherever at any time. But I have a show called Beau's Big Gay Trivia Show the first Thursday of every month at Club Coming. It is a drag trivia extravaganza for those of us who have horrendous brain rot.
It's fabulous.
It's really amazing.
Virgo is a many
so much
time
work into it.
Virgo is a many time special guest of the show. I also host, like I said, dance party at Club Coming called UGG, which alternates dates. So you kind of just got to look at the Instagram for that. And am outside of that around and about performing. But yeah, Instagram.com/ / I almost said backsplash.
Who's putting this into their
Yeah, I feel like just
desktop computer? You could just say
they're typing it.
No, I know, but it's I have a problem. I'm not really, I struggle with being succinct. Anyway, PEAU __ 2 underscores, very important. Dega, DEGA on Instagram.
Cool.
The accent just came out hard on.
Wow.
Yeah, sorry I was late and honestly look busted.
No. And anyone who's listening, get on YouTube because these two look amazing.
Yeah, they really do.
And Beau does look like a hunky deli man, and Virgo looks like she's rising, like literally
she's
through.
Up.
She's up.
Virgo is
awake.
pussy cunt right now.
Literally.
The wig is laid correctly.
I love you both. We love
Thank you
both.
so much for being on.
And
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.